What? Uh-oh. What did I do? Needed to record a shot. Eh, what did I do? Anywho. Okay. Stand by your man. In sickness and in health, for richer or for poorer. Say, I do. I do. I do. uh, until the poorer comes. And until the sickness comes, they believe that they really mean, I do. Even their partners be believing that they do, they mean it. She loves me. She really, really loves me. Oh my God. He loves me. He really, really loves me. For richer or for poorer. I don't like my hairstyle. In sickness and in health, I will love you, baby. It's me and you together forever. We're doing this thing together. We're gonna do life together, come what may. I love my chick. I love my chick. Yeah, fuck it. That's tolerable. Anywho, hello everybody and welcome. So, Most High God, please block anybody trying to interfere with this reading. Do step in and deliver your messages to we, your children. Thank you so very much. So let's see what's next on the agenda that God want to talk about. I haven't had breakfast today. Okay. Okay. So I amended my deck because sometimes the reading is actually physical. So if it's to talk about infidelity, this deck was based upon like relationships and things like that, love relationships. But I realized that God uses it for a more wider subject repertoire. So they it could be uh, so like this card, the infidelity card, it could be used to tell the story in a love relationship or in a business relationship or in family It can be used to tell things about the government. So I had to amend my cards yesterday so that when I'm translating them to you guys in these different types of readings, I don't look like a crazy person to those who aren't really that smart, because infidelity, sexual unfaithfulness, that's what was on the card by itself before. And infidelity, as you know, is cheating on your partner. But it's more than that, it's just cheating. And then sexual infidelity, the word sex, if you look at it from a broader view, sex is an exchange, okay? It's basically a mixing of energies. So, a poet might be writing a poem about making lemonade, and the way how he described it, he could describe it in a sexual way, the way how you mix the the lemon juice with the sugar and the water and the way that they swirl together, you know. So when it comes to tarot, well, oracle and tarot, you have to have a broad vision to really get the understanding of the message that God is trying to convey. So bear that in mind. And also, whatever the subject matter is that God is talking about, whatever deck God guides you to use is the best deck, the most efficient deck to convey the message in its totality. So when you see a word on the card, like if I pull out a card and it says cooking, it could actually talk about preparing food, or most people would use the word cooking to talk about devising a plan. I'm cooking up something, you know. So depending on what the subject matter of your reading is, you will know which, most of the time, you will know which definition of the word should be applied to convey the message accurately, right? And in the times when you don't know, that's when you get the intuitive downloads, or you get your another deck and you do the clarifiers and stuff like that to really understand what is God really trying to say, you see. So when it comes to reading and being an oracle, there's only so much that one can do without authority. Okay. People who are real tarot readers, people who are real oracle readers, people who are real messengers from the Most High, we get our messages from the Most High, or else the messages will be incomplete and inefficient. You see, so this, you can't go to school and um, attain a certain ranking, and you can't read a book, you can't learn this from your grandparents and attain a certain level of clearance to get messages and deliver messages unless the message keeper, the gatekeeper, aka God, the keeper of the Akashic records, open the files, open your understanding, deliver the messages to you. And I'm saying that to say any school that promises they can make you into a tarot reader or a spiritual healer or anything like that, they don't have the authority. Well, unless God gave them the authority to open the gates for you, most people don't have the authority to initiate anyone into spiritual, the spiritual hierarchy of life. Okay, most people do not have clearance, power, or authority to initiate anyone into the spiritual hierarchy. God is the only one who decides you and you and you, the chosen ones. Make sense? Because there's no teacher who has access to the Akashic records without being given access by the gatekeeper, aka God. Nobody, absolutely no one. This isn't like mathematics or science or literature and things like that where you can go and you can just gain degrees. That's a different kind of education. That's a different level of education when it comes to spiritual matters. There's only one teacher. There's only one authority who can say, yes, you have access to the Akashic records. That's why there's so many fake spiritualists out there, because they don't have the gift for real. They just know how to pretend really well. Number one, for you to have access the way that I have access, you have to have certain personality traits. God has to be able to trust you. You must have a good rapport, a good relationship with the divine for the divine to give you access to such sensitive information. It's more protected than the CIA files. It's more protected than the CIA classified files. It is the CIAs of CIAs, the Akashic Records. The Akashic Records is the CIAs of the CIAs. It is the KGB of the KGBs. It is the Mossad of all Mossads. It is the FBI of all FBIs. It is the mother hub. It is the hard drive. It is the book of life where all things are recorded, all things past, present, and future. All things from all subjects. So if I was to link up with people who are into, let's say, medicine, if they've been working on a formula for years and they just can't seem to get the formula right, I can easily construct a deck. They tell me what elements to write on the deck. And through me, God will give us the answers and tell us, well, mix this with this, in mix this much with that much. You get what I'm saying? We have access to all information once the gatekeeper decides to open the gate. So what kind of person can God trust with that type of power? Not everybody has access. Not everybody is actually a student of the magic school. Maybe at first year level, yeah. And then it comes in degrees. And God took me from the bottom and shot me all the way the fuck up. That's why they're mad. Yo. They introduced me to tarot because they thought they could use their readers like Astro Queen and them. They intended to use Astro Queen and the ones that I used to listen to, yeah, to corrupt my mind. They intended to use tarot against me. That which the enemy meant for evil, God turned it around for good for those who love and serve the Lord. Hello. Y'all intended to ruin me with tarot. God intended to exalt me with tarot. Mwah. I am blessed. I am blessed. Every day of my life, I am blessed. When I wake up in the morning, when I lay my head to rest, every day of my life, I am blessed. Because I praise God straight. So it would appear that God want to talk about the mystery schools, mystery students, students of the mystery schools, the real mystery school, the mystery school of mystery schools, the chosen ones, the 144,000, the ones who have real magic from God Almighty, not from their grandmothers, not from their grandfathers, not from their secret societies and their cults, not from the deities that they be calling on, not from the gods, common G, that they be calling on, not from the angels that they be calling on, but from the creator itself, the head of the class, the premier, the prefects of the earth. God is the headmaster. We run some shit too. Okay, we got mail. Okay, so we got tantric sex, next level access, well taken care of. That's the card that flipped over. So in a reading like this, we're talking about being well taken care of because we take care of those around us well. We pass it on. Next level access. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. God is talking to us. We got next level access and we are well taken care of because we are the way. We are the gatekeepers. We open the door to next level access for many and we take care of them well. We are not false teachers, false prophets who just want your money or want to control you. We are here to empower you. That's the difference. People only give you as much power to where they can always have power over you. Those are the false prophets. Real prophets, we have come to give you your own personal power so that you can be the sovereign being under God that God wants us all to be. Many are called, or better yet, all are called. Only a few choose to comply. Therefore, only a few get the gifts, get the next level access. It's a trade, it's a business deal, it's a friendship, it's a partnership. Just like people sell their soul to the devil and to the evil and to the evil ones and those with money and however they trade off, it's the same thing with God. God gets to use us as instruments to speak its truth, to bless its people, and we get the benefits. Is it? So we work for God. That's why we have next level access that even the highest magicians don't have. So they'll see us and wonder, how come I've been in this business for 30, 40, 3,000 years and this little pion that was just born a couple of years ago has more power and access than me. It's not rocket science, oh wise one. You got power, but you're not a chosen one. That's why. You haven't been selected to have the kind of access that God has decided to give to persons like myself. There's a reason why God decided to give me the kind of access that I have to information about governments and secret plots, past, present, and future. Why didn't God give you the gift? That's what you really should be asking. It's not why God gave it to me. It's how come you ain't got it yet? If you've been around for so long and you've been doing these things for so long, how come you don't have that kind of access? That is a real question. I didn't take it from you because you never had it. What I have is mine. The access that I've been granted to the spirit realms, past, present, and future, it's mine. I didn't take it from anybody. I was given it by the divine. Because I asked God to use me. I presented myself before God to use me. I never tried to be God. I humbled myself and said, I want to help you to sort out your kingdom, Most High. That's what I said. Yeah. And so God has used me in the way that God see me best fit. God decided, you know what? You'd be perfect to talk to these government people for me and these elites. Yeah, I've been trying to get through to them for so long and they think that they could just block me out. They've grown very, very skillful at ignoring their conscience. So you see, by putting it out in the physical realm, if they don't listen to it, their friends and their family are gonna listen to the messages. And now they can't run. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, we got get another job, do something else. So the card that came out was Tantric Sex Next Level Access, being well cared for. The underline is get another job, do something else. You see? That's our job. So as well as whatever we do, if we're lacticians or we're hairdressers or we're doctors, we're nurses, we are uh, Reiki healers, massage therapists, singers, actors, presidents, uh, ministers of parliament, whatever we do, we also have another job, which is to work for the divine. That's our other job. So we are not just whatever you're looking at, because the spirit within us is greater than our occupation, our occupations. So as well as all the other things that we do, we are also, we work for God. We are also employees of the divine, the highest of the highs. Okay, so I'm feeling this here is the subject matter as well of the reading, because I'm feeling like just dealing the cards now. So the subject matter of this reading, God is saying, y'all need to get another job, do something else. So this is to all those who have taken up work in the spiritual practices who have no authority to be doing that. So this is the fake spiritualists. This one is for the fake spiritualists. God says, time for you to get another job. And the fact that God is not going to give you access to the information that your clients and or customers, whatever you call them, come to you for, eventually you'll have no choice but to get another job, because every time they come to you, you'll be giving them false information. you are going to lose your credibility. They're going to see that you are not a credible spiritualist in a little while. So you would do well to start to look into another job. This is a heads up. Times have changed, and we are now in the new world. This is the new world. So what used to work for you for however long you've been doing this is the apocalypse, the time of the unveiling. That's what apocalypse means, to unveil, to reveal, revelation. That's what time we are in. So the truth of who you are and what power you actually have and or don't have, it's about to be seen. Now, when I say about to be seen, it could be weeks away. It could be days away for some of you. It could be months away for some of you. And for some of you, it could be years away. But it would be in your best interest to start to make preparations now. If you know that you are a false spiritualist, if you know that you are faking your divinity, that you start to prepare another stream of income for yourself, because you're about to lose your power and ability to bring income in your spiritual practice, because it's fake, it's phony, it's false. And the real ones are coming online. When I say online, I'm not just talking about on the internet. The real ones are rising. We are being awakened so that we could take our rightful place, so that people can get the help that they actually need, because we have real access to the true information. We're not selling them what they want to hear. We actually are giving them the information necessary for them to make changes in their lives, because God is giving us the information. We have clearance to get the information. You don't. And your customers are about to start to see that. So either get ready to give back people their money or be hunted, or seek another job and gracefully step away. So this is your warning. The time for pretending to be a spiritualist is over. Y'all are about to get found out. And that is the message that God has for us today. Because the way how society is running right now, people have real problems and they need real solutions. They don't need somebody playing with them, telling them what they want to hear, and taking their money, scamming them. They won't take very kindly to that. The heat is on. They need people who could actually hear from God. It feels more correct this way, but stiff competition here. Okay. So the subject matter is getting another job. Fake spiritualists. So let's see the message. We got patience, waiting for a solution, medication. We got Kira. And then we got orgy. Okay. Now it's in the reverse. So orgy, you got sex party, but clearly this is not about sex. Or maybe in some cases. Because some people be talking about sexual magic and thinking, yeah, it's gonna work. You just have to have sex with me. Ah, you've been duped. So we got on the card plenty of interactions and plenty of exchange, but it was in the reverse. So it's a little bit of actions, a little bit of exchange, and no sexual parties. So let me show you it in the upright. So no sex magic. That shit ain't gonna work. No sex magic. No more interactions. No more exchanges. Okay. And we got drugs, intoxicated, or cloudy thinking. So what is all that saying? So we got waiting for a solution. And we got the carer. Then we got orgy in the reverse. Sex party in the reverse. Sex party in the reverse. Then being intoxicated and cloudy thinking. So yeah, so it's about the sex magic. It's intoxicating, it's cloudy thinking. It's a fake. So all of you who are going through to these spiritual, these so-called spiritualists, and they're telling you all you have to do is suck their dick and eat their nyash, their not nyash. I think nyash is your bum. Eat their private parts and have sex with them and have sex with them and their assistant and all these things. God is like, it's nonsense. It's cloudy thinking. That shit don't work. It's a trick. But people actually want solutions. People are waiting for solutions from a carer. The carer, in this case, would be the spiritualist. Let's look at the underlying issue. Yeah, begin again. Need to start over. Wait, my lips are dry. Still thinking about this reverse, this sex orgy card in the reverse. There's something going on with it. Like I said, there's some kind of the energy are both ways. It's like there's close competition, but God wanted me to interpret it in the reverse. Okay, tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna get some clarification for that one. So shall we? Okay, let's get that. Let's pause. Let's pause on the underlying issue. Okay, so we got some cards showing up. We got this is the clarification for it. It said introduce that new thing in spite of what the critics say. This is clarifying the sex orgy or this the sex party in the reverse, or the plenty of interactions, plenty of exchange in the reverse. So in the reverse, this card is saying no sex, no sex parties, okay, or no sexual magic, um, no interactions, no exchanges. So no exchanging of money. Just don't deal with whoever this carer. The carer in this case is the false healer, the false spiritualist that God is talking about. So God is saying, don't interact with them because they, okay, so they are intoxicated. They got cloudy thinking and they're trying to cloud yours. They're just in it for themselves. Okay, so let's see. So let's dig in. So introduce that new thing in spite of what the critics say. So there's a lot of sex in spirituality nowadays days because everybody realized, oh my God, you just tell them that they have to sleep with you to get the results that they want, and they actually give you their pussy, they give you their sex, they give you the, yeah, not just for money anymore. I'll take the sex if you don't have no money. And then you end up not getting the results that you went to this practitioner for in the first place because it was all fake. They just used you. Okay, they tricked you out of your sex. Okay, let's read on. So introduce that new thing in spite of what the critics say. Sing about what you know about. Okay, let's read on. And we got motivation. What is or has been your motivation? So this is talking to the carer now. So they introduced the new thing of having sex with them. And they make people believe that they know what they're talking about. But their motivation, what has been their motivation? They just want to get sex. Let's read on. So we got team up with you know who. They just wanted to hook up. Seek or work with people who share your vision. You see, they just want to get the hookup. They want to get the pussy without having to work hard for it. And we got do the necessary self-improvements. It's for them. It was all about them and what they can get out of you. So you're going to the spiritualist needing help because you got real problems in your life and they're just taking your problems for a joke, looking at your body, lusting after your body, lusting after what you could do to gratify them sexually and in any other way. Whatever new thing this is that they've been introducing into their spiritual business. Because I've heard some reports of pastors talking about healing and they want their congregation to give them their panties and all kind of madness. I don't really know how it go in that world, but you guys who are engaged in that world, you know what these spiritual practitioners have asked you for or asked you to do, but it's all a fake. God is saying don't have sex with them and don't interact with them and don't give them your money because they got cloudy thinking. They're not going to lead you to clarity. They're not going to lead you to the answers that you seek. Okay? They were in it, they were selling whatever this new way, this new age, this new technique, this new formula, this new whatever. They're selling it to you and making you think that they know what they're talking about when all their motivation is to hook up. And some of them could just be energy vampires. So they have been stealing from you, stealing from your sacral chakra and whatnot. Okay, taking your energy, sapping your life force. Okay, doing spells on you, making you fall in love, and then you start doing things for them. So you go to them looking for help from them, and you end up helping them to gain more. And you all you're being met with is false promises. You're never getting the results that you actually went there for in the first place. All you got is wait, 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 patience, patience, patience. It's working, it's working. And just to convince you that it's working, they probably get a few of their friends who's getting a little cut of the money, or maybe getting some of your sex too, or whatever it is that they're getting from you. They get them to create scenarios and situations to make it look like your request is coming true, or your situation is changing, your circumstance is getting better. But then there's a part of you that feels like this shit, I don't see it. But they keep you cloudy by creating these scenarios and telling you, yeah, it's working. And before they allow you to settle with your judgments of, you know what, it's not working, they'll get angry at you and be like, you don't believe in me? You don't trust me? And they'll start to use intimidation and whatnot on you. By any means, they try to keep you cloudy. They try to keep you waiting while they're using you and gaining from you. It could be your money that they're getting. It could be your life force that they're stealing. It could be that somebody else hired them to keep you down. Y'all gotta be careful out here. People are making money however they need to. Not every spiritualist is a real spiritualist. Some of them are just scammers. They are schemers. That's it. So you need to pay attention to whatever dealings you got going on with whoever the spiritual person is in your life, and make sure that they are legit. Make sure your situation, your circumstance is legit. Make sure it's getting better like you went to them to see happen. Make sure that they're giving you the understanding and the truth of your situation. Because let's say you got a boyfriend or something, or a girlfriend, and you broke up and you want to know if they still love you. It depends on what you want to hear. They'll just tell you what you want to hear rather than tell you the truth. Why? Because let's say that the person has already moved on for real. They'll tell you, yeah, they still love you. So now you thinking that they love you because they told you that they love you. Now you want a potion or something to put in their food because it's like it's not happening fast enough. They're not getting back with you fast enough. But it's all based on lies in the first place. The person already moved on. So even if you get a magic potion or whatever, because their heart is not with you, it won't work. They don't need no help to love you because they don't love you. But the spiritualist isn't going to make any more money off of you by telling you the truth. So they keep you lingering on. So you can keep bringing money to them or keep sleeping with them. Especially if you're a light worker and you're going to these dark people, you become a source of life force for them. Because these energy vampires that were latching on to me every year, every time one man finished, they send in another man and another man and another man. And by the time they got to Wayne, I got fed up of it because it's been 10 years that they've been doing this trick on me. And I was like, you know what? If this don't work out with Wayne, I'm going to just take a break from man altogether. And when I did that, everything started to change because now they no longer have access to my energy. They no longer have access to me. So everything is going to slow down for them. Their money is going to slow down. Their life is just going to change in a way that they don't like because I was their source. It's like a plug, a source of energy, a source of inspiration, a source of joy. There were times last year that I was just laying down in my bed, just kind of drained, like physically drained of my life force. I'm like, what the hell is this? But you see, all these things are new to me. So I had to figure out what it was. And from the time I got rid of them, I got my energy back. I got my happy vibes back. I got everything back. I started singing again. I started dancing around my place again for no reason. And that's me in my natural state. But with them in my energy, it was keeping my vibration so low. It's like, yuck, who is she? That's not me. And by the time I released myself by letting these people go, because each one I let go is one less that I have to worry about. And Wayne was the last one because he allowed these other men to hook up to him and they were siphoning my life force and my energy through him. So they needed to have someone connected to me emotionally and maybe even physically, but this one wasn't physical, but I'd imagine for most of you it would be physically and emotionally. They had to keep someone always attached to me so that they can have access to my power, to my light. You see? So you have to be mindful of who you're dealing with on a spiritual level and on a sexual level as well. Who you're falling in love with, who you're opening your home and your life to. This shit is deep. So yeah, you may be in need of some spiritual help and you think you know a spiritual practitioner that you can go to because somebody else introduced you or whatever, but you need to make sure that you do a security check on them yourself. Pay attention to your situation. Pay attention to what's actually happening. And it would behoove you to get your own cards and learn to access your own Akashic records. Because unlike uh, having access to other people's information, I feel like it is more likely that God will open the door for uh, people to access their own Akashic records on information that God feel it is necessary for them to have at any particular point in time. You may not get all of the information, so don't get hooked on tarot and just getting, because it's kind of a cheat, isn't it? You get the answers without seeking for them. But some lessons you have to go through the journey to experience all of the experiences that come with it. So God will not give you access to all of the answers, but there are some answers that you can access for yourself. So it would be in your best interest to develop a spiritual technique where you can commune with the divine yourself. So you don't have to go through another person and have to deal with shit like this. So let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Huh. Oh. So conscious music. It says the meaning is in the name. What do the masses need to be conscious of? You see, paying attention. So this person, God is saying, don't be doing all that sex magic with them. Don't be giving them your money. Don't be giving them your time. Don't be going to them because they're just keeping you intoxicated and keep your thinking cloudy because they're intoxicated and cloudy. They're scammers. What they do is scam you. So they are going to keep you thinking that they're the right man or woman for the job when there's no truth to that. So they introduce you to these new things, okay, like having sex with them or whatever, and they sell it to you as if they know what they're talking about. But what is their true motivation? Their true motivation is to team up with somebody. So they're getting something out of it. Seek or work with people who share your vision. So it's a scam. And then we got to do the necessary self-improvement. So it's like you're funding their self-improvement. They're feeling good about themselves because they get to use you, they get to abuse you. You're not getting what you needed or went for out of the deal, but they're getting it. They're getting what they went for. So they're winning by scamming you. And all you went to do is to seek answers to your problems. You didn't go there to get more problems. So it would do you well to come up with your own form of communication with the divine to access your own Akashic records, because God may not give you access to someone else's unless you are chosen as well. And you will know that once you start engaging with God in this way. God will tell you. Or sometimes God will give you access so you can help do readings for other people. You will never know. God might put you on a journey to start doing this yourself because you're actually a person who care and God can rely on you. So God will give you the power because God see that you are a noble person. You actually want to help, but you didn't know that you had access or you had an invitation or you had the gift. But by starting to interact with God, you will know. Because when I first started to do this, yeah, they introduced me to the videos. That's what they expected me to stick with. But then I started to fall in love with it. Like, how come these people are telling me about my life? And so I bought my own deck, my very first tarot deck. And then I started to use it myself to clarify my own story and get that, like, test it out and see how it worked. And it turns out that I was destined to read for the whole world, to read for governments, to read for countries, to read for individuals, to read for corporations. I didn't know that this is where this was going to go. I had no intention to make it go this way, to be honest with you. But this is what God intended for me to use my oracle reading abilities to do. So start your journey. Stop being so reliant on these spiritual practitioners, because most of them are fake. They're just toying with you and using you and abusing you. Yeah, so what do you need to be conscious of? You need to be conscious of the fact that these people are fakes. And you do better to get your own information, because you think that by going to the spiritual practitioner that it's going to help you, but really and truly you're helping them more than they're helping you. They had no intentions to help you in the first place. So now let's read the underlying issue, now that we understand it more. So they're fooling you. Stop relying on them for your own personal story. God is not going to deny you access to your own Akashic records. It's like going into the office and you have your own password. You can check your own file. You just can't check nobody else's because you don't know nobody else's password. God has to grant you access. But you do have access to your own information. Okay. So let's see the underlying story. So we got begin again. We got common, regular, or unimpressive. I'll bring out the cards and then we'll interpret afterwards, okay? Enemies, opposition, or saboteur is common. It's a common practice. And they do it over and over and over again. You often end up unimpressed with the results because they're your enemies. They're saboteurs. They're not here to help you for real. In your neighborhood, in your surroundings, the people that you've been linking up with thinking that they're spiritual practitioners, spiritual healers and whatnot, they're fakes. And they're consistently doing it. It's been working for them for a very long time. They've been fooling y'all. Consistently sabotaging y'all. Obstructing you. And they're supposed to be your support system. You are their support system though. They pretend to be yours, but you are theirs because you keep giving them your money to do these work for you. You keep giving them your money to do readings for you, to make medicines for you. But they keep sabotaging you, sabotaging their support system. You're not their friend. In this case, it would be a support system. They keep sabotaging or obstructing their support system because they need to keep you coming back. It's just Babylon. Babylon make us sick so that we could keep using the pharmaceutical system. You see what I'm saying? It's a trick. Babylon give us guns so that we could end up going to jail, so that they could get free labor from us in jail. This is the common lack of integrity in business that we've been talking about earlier this week. The spiritual people that claim to be of God and claim to be high priests and high priestesses, they're all fake. They're phonies. They're frauds. Okay, so yeah, so they do it over and over again. It's a common practice that they're opposition to the people that they're supposed to be helping. It's nothing new. So let's see, we got reciprocate their love, wanting. It never happens. So reciprocate their love in this sense would be talking about you getting what you expect to get out of the deal. So they get what they want, but you're always wanting. You always have to go back to them and pay more money, invest more time, have sex with them again. Whatever the hell y'all do. You keep giving, and you keep wanting. Because they keep telling you that you're getting, but you're not getting anything from them. It's a trick. So we got meditation, thoughtfulness, or silent commune. So think about it. You keep wanting. You keep expecting to get your end of the deal, but you keep wanting. God say, think about it. We got admirer, fan, or supporter. Let's see. Gold digger. So you admire them, but they're just gold diggers. They're moochers. That's what they've been doing, mooching off of you. Now we got teach or inform is self-taught. So I'm here to teach you that it's something that they practice. They taught themselves to be that way. And you know what's so funny about this, yeah, is some of them who are pretending to be spiritual and are using their spiritual persona for scamming. Some of them are actually gifted. Some of them are actually chosen and don't even know it because they never took the time to actually see if they really have gifts for real. That's what's so funny. So they have been tricking themselves out of their gifts. I just got that just now. So it's like they were so intent on being a scammer because they thought, oh, I want quick money. I want plenty money. And they think that they have to fool people, not knowing that they truly have gifts. Maybe they know some other people who introduced them to this line of work and they don't have no gifts, but they decided they're going to take it on too. Not, and they never realized that they have gifts because they never took the time to be honest about what they're doing. They've always been scamming. So some of these spiritual practitioners that's doing it on a fake basis, they're actually gifted for real and don't know. They clouded their own self. They blinded their own self. They tricked their own self out of their own destiny. That's how justice is for you. Karma. So anyway, I'm here to teach you that it's self-taught. Okay? And this is a good exchange. This information that I'm giving you is a good exchange on the World Wide Web. So I'm reaching out to a lot of people around the world. This isn't just in England or in America or wherever. They do this in Africa, they do this in the Caribbean, they do this in India, they do this in China, they do this in Russia, they do this everywhere that they are spiritual practitioners. They are scammers, they are fraudsters. Okay? Everywhere they are unfaithful. They're unfaithful in their dealings. Okay? So God wanted y'all to know you need to stop. Pay what you owe. Warmongering and fear mongering. See, that's how they get you. Yeah. They're dangerous interactions with you. What's the next one? Say menacing or harmful. Unhealthy acts. Let's see, we got guardian, protector, or wise one. Is saying all is fear in war. But you didn't know you were in a war. But you're in a war. And I'm here to tell you, you are in a war. And then a blank card. That's it. You're in a war to give. They're stealing from you. Because give your sex, give your virginity. Ha! That's how far they're taking it. That's deep. Yeah, so they're tricking you out of your virginity, they're tricking you out of your innocence and all these things. Let's see, we got prayer and we got intuition, your inner voice or divine communication. You need to pray and make that your own custom, make that your habit, make that your usual. Okay? Make that your usual interaction. God says, I got what you need. You don't need to be going to these people. Make that your usual interaction, your usual exchange. Prayer. Not going to these these fake spiritualists, because they're tricking you out of your virginity. That's a yo. Ah. Yeah, so God says pray and make that your usual thing to do. Or the prayer could actually be, or the prayer and intuition, they could actually represent you coming up with your own form of spiritual communication. Like, I got the cards. This is how I speak with the divine when I need quick answers. Okay? But don't rely on it all the time, because God will not give you all of the answers. But there are some things that you need to know, that if you were to have your own deck and do your own readings, pull cards for yourself, God will give you the answers that you seek. Because sometimes we pray and we don't recognize the answers that God is giving us. Okay? So that's why we come up with physical. You can even flip a coin if you don't want to read cards and all of that. You could flip a coin and get yes or no answers. But before you do any kind of communication with the divine, block. You see, like how I said that prayer, Lord, please block anybody trying to interfere with this reading. Yeah, Lord, please block anybody trying to interfere with our communication before you start communing with God. Because depending on how high ranking you are spiritually, there are saboteurs already on your path. So they know who you are, but you don't know who you are yet. You don't know what spiritual ranking you're at yet. But they know, and they have been trying to stop you from attaining your levels. So before you commune with God, whether you flip a coin or you read coffee grounds or you read tea leaves or you freaking get stones or runes or whatever, or you got cards, however you choose to commune with the divine, you make up your own thing and you communicate with the divine that way. It will work for you. It's personal. Okay, you don't need to follow nobody else's formula. All right, God will show you the perfect thing for you. Okay, because there are very different ways. That's what I was getting to. There are multiple ways that you can communicate. So God is saying, make sure that you pray and use your intuition. Make sure that's your custom way of exchanging with the divine. And there are so many different ways that you could do it because you're ready for it. You are seeking. So as long as you're a seeker, God will give you what you need. God will give you what you need. It's okay to be addicted to God. It's okay to be addicted to wanting to understand what is expected of you. You want to walk the right direction. You could be addicted to that. There's no problem in being addicted to that. Okay? Right. So yeah. So it's time for us to develop our own personal ways of communing with the divine and stop relying so heavily on these spiritual practitioners, because they are abusing their power, they are abusing your trust, they are abusing your bank account. Okay, they're abusing your bodies. They want your virgin daughters and your virgin sons to have sex with, and you're not getting what you asked for. And plus, with God, God is not asking you for any of that shit, and God is willing to bless you. So y'all can keep rolling with them fake spiritual practitioners if you want to, who are stealing your innocence and stealing your money and stealing your time and stealing your destiny and stealing your peace of mind and stealing your house and stealing your land and stealing your children and stealing your partners. Yeah, the list goes on. You can keep dealing with them if you want to, or you can go and develop your own personal communication with the divine and cut out all these middlemen who can't be trusted and middle women. These middlemen and middle women who can't be trusted because it's a business for them. They're just like Babylon. They give you the problem and then they sell you the solution. In these people's cases, they prolong your problem and keep claiming that they're selling you the solution. It's a trick, especially if you're rich. Especially if you're rich. Yo, the world out there right now, it's it's not safe out there, okay? It's not safe out there. Everything that you see is not what is actually there. You need to pay attention. Okay? We need to pay attention. Yeah. People are not very trustworthy in these times. And this is the time of revelation, so they won't be able to be untrustworthy for too long, thankfully. But until that time comes, right now they are untrustworthy. And it would do you well to protect yourself by staying away from the scammers, the fake spiritualists. Okay? Yeah. You shouldn't have to give anybody your sex. You shouldn't have to give anybody your virginity. You shouldn't have to give all these things that they're asking for, because I have the biggest enemies on my trail. I am being hunted by all of the best high priests and the best high priestesses. I am being hunted by the US government and they can't conquer me. And I'm not giving my body to anybody. I'm not paying anybody any money to do anything. Okay? So all that shit is fake. I haven't had to give my sex or my body to anybody. I haven't had to ask anybody to protect me either. God protects me. All I have to do is do the right thing. As long as I'm on the path of doing the right thing, God protects me. So I don't know what the fuck y'all are doing and who taught y'all that you need a spiritual, especially them type of spiritual guides. And them kind of magicians and practitioners and all type of shit. But you see, if y'all weren't up to all type of stupid shit, then y'all won't get caught up in this. You don't need to be going to no spiritual practitioner asking to get somebody to fall in love with you or asking for more money. If you want more money, go get an education. Develop your natural talents. Stop looking for quick fixes. Just because you want that man or that woman, it don't mean that it's the right man or woman for you. If the person wanted you, they would have been with you. Plus, even if you get that person and you don't have the type of mindset or the type of behavior or whatever, your energies don't mesh well together, you bring more problems in your life than you wanted to bring into your life. What you want isn't always the best thing for you. Your path is already laid. Figure your path out and work on your path. Study your path. You've already been endowed with certain personal gifts. You've been endowed with certain talents, natural talents. Those should be your focus. Start building yourself, and everything else and everybody else that belong in your life will find you. Don't let this world tell you what you should have, because they want you to have a job and a husband or a wife and children and house and car. That shit ain't for everybody. Know your path. Do what you can at any particular point in your life. Not everybody's ready for a husband. If you feel lonely, you tell the Most High you feel lonely, and God will send you somebody that's temporary, somebody that's good for you. If you're meant to have somebody, not everything that you pray for is going to come true, because not everything that you ask for is good for you at that particular point in time. Rejection is God's protection. There's a reason why we were created how we were created. There's a reason why we are naturally good at some of the things that we're well, at the things that we're naturally good at. It is our it's one of our purposes. It don't make no sense that you do something to get rich quick, because you lose it quick as well, because you never really took the time to understand the value of money and to appreciate working hard for something. So when you get this money, it's like, and what kind of mindset are you under when you get the money? Because if you're getting the money so that you can buy expensive clothes or expensive cars and expensive shoes, it's like, then the money done. Then when that money is done, then what? It's like, what are you going to these spiritual practitioners for? What are you going to them for that you believe you cannot provide for yourself? Because whatever you're going to them for, they're using that against you, and you're losing. So it's not worth it. So what is it that you're going to these spiritual practitioners for? That's what you need to sit down and think about. And can you provide that for yourself? Can God show you the formula to provide these things for yourself? Is this thing that you're going to the spiritual practitioner for actually meant for you? Is it good for you? Or is it going to be a curse to you if you do get it? You need to take time to study yourself and study what you're dealing with, because it's like you're fucking yourself over and they're fucking you over as well. So it's like there's no hope for you. There's no winning at all in it for you. You're already misdirected, possibly with your desires in the first place. If you have aspirations to be a millionaire, sometimes you have to start at a job where you're making minimum wage. It doesn't mean you're not going to get there. And another thing that we need to stop doing as human beings is looking at time. Getting old is not a natural phenomenon. We get old by being too still for too long. We sit down too much. We chill out too much. We don't do enough physical exercise. We don't smile enough. We don't do enough neck exercises. So we start looking old. It doesn't mean that we're actually looking old, because you can reverse that by exercising. The exercise will tone the muscles. The muscles stretches the skin, so you look more youthful. Eat healthy, rest well, hydrate your body. If you take care of your body, you will have that youthful appearance, then time won't matter to you. But we've been fooled into thinking that looking old is part of the deal. It is not natural. When people look old, is because they have neglected themselves for a very long time. They stop living. They stop smiling. They stop talking. They stop singing as much. They don't ride bikes. They don't go for walks. They don't do any kind of vigorous exercise. And we usually take on those stupid practices at around age 35, 40. We start being lazy. We start not doing the things that we did that kept us naturally looking youthful when we were like 20 and 30. We don't climb trees anymore. Look at the people who actually continue to do these things in Africa, in India, in China. Look at those people. Look at an 80-year-old from Africa and look at an 80-year-old from America. Look at a 50-year-old from the Caribbean and look at a 50-year-old from America or the UK. There's a reason why one of them don't look 50 and one of them look more than 50. It's how they live. It's how we live. So you need to forget time and forget your age and start working on achieving your dreams. Stop rushing things. Because trying to go fast is making you make a lot of mistakes that you can avoid. That money that you done spent on that practitioner, you could have invested that in your education. You could have invested that in equipment so that you can master whatever your natural gifts are. You could have invested that money into yourself and taken your time and have a little side job that's helping you pay the rent and helping you put food on your table until you can master your craft to where you can charge what you want to charge for your exceptional talents, because you've been working on it for years and you've become great at it. And people who know of your talents, they're going to seek you out. The money will come and find you. Your husband or your wife will come and find you. God will put you two to meet up when it's time to meet up. You don't have to be rushing for anything. You don't have to rush to make children either, because time is on our side. We have been sold a fallacy in thinking that getting old is a natural part of life. It is not. Looking wrinkled and old, they say, is a natural part of life. I am here to tell you it is not true. And you don't need a whole bunch of creams or plastic surgeries and all them things there to maintain a youthful appearance. All you need to do is live. When you stop living, that's when you start getting old. When you stop living, that's when you start dying. So I don't know what you're rushing going to spiritual practitioners for, but whatever it is, you don't need to. You need to get your mind right. We need to undo all the false teachings that we learned from this society and start to live how God intended for us to live. A lot of people don't want to live forever because they think that they're going to be looking old. But what if you could live forever and look young, forever young? Then what's your objection? We need to take care of ourselves. We need to stop sitting around and being lazy for as long as we have. We need to stop telling ourselves, oh, I'm too old for that now. Says who? Live. Go ride a bike. Go play basketball. Never stop. This is how you were so young and fit and sexy in the first place. When you stop, that's when everything, all your muscles started getting soggy and you just started looking in a way that is not pleasing to your eyes. And it's not pleasing to your partner's eyes. It's not pleasing to your children's eyes. Who you think gonna like you looking like that? Take care of yourself. All this double chin and being fat for no reason and all these things, it's unsightly. It's unencouraging. It's depressing. It's uninspiring. Let's be real. People respond different to you when you look nice. You respond different to you when you look nice. But you don't want to do the things that make you look nice because you're listening to society that's telling you you're too old for this. You're too old for that. I'm too old to be playing basketball. I'm too old to be running up and down the football field. I'm too old to be going swimming. I'm too old. Who says? That's why you're old. It's because you're not going swimming while you're old. It's because you stop playing football while you're old. It's because you stop running. That's why you're old. That's why you start looking old. That's why nobody find you sexy again. Because you stop looking after yourself. Y'all need to look around at the world around you and make sense of it. Two people could be standing side by side, two of them 30, two of them been in the earth for 30 years. Why is it that one of them that's 30 years look like they're 50 and one of them that's 30 years look like they're in their 20s? How? Why? It's not rocket science. Y'all need to wake up and focus on what you actually need to be fucking aware of. And stop allowing this world to tell you which direction to go, because this world never liked us. The people who are in charge of the information that make up our mindset, they never liked us. It is their desire to control us and keep us beneath them. So they're not going to empower us with knowledge. Because if you know how to make yourself look young forever, you're not going to come by their creams. You're not going to go into their gym as often. You're not going to come and get their plastic surgery. It's not in their best interest to make you know how easy and affordable it is to be forever young. That's why they try to kill me when I tell you. And then you look at me like I'm crazy because the formula is so ridiculously simple. Y'all are wondering what the fuck is she talking about? She must be cuckoo. Yeah, I'm 45. I'm going to be 46 years old in October. How cuckoo do I look? And I don't have friends that I talk to. I don't go anywhere. So I don't have nothing. I don't have a job. So I'm supposed to be looking old and wrinkled and sad and saggy and fat and out of shape by now. But me, I know that being still is a problem. When my muscles start hurting me, I don't cry about them and think I need to see a doctor. I know I need exercise. You start bending down and you hear that popping sound in your knees, it's because you're not exercising enough. So all the mucus and all the gases, because you haven't really been moving up and down to get them out of the body, to push them along, your circulation hasn't been circulating because you're not doing anything. Everything is being caught up in your joints. And that's how you get like arthritis and stupid shit like that. It's because of a lack of exercise, a lack of activity. You're not moving around because you're too old to dance. You're too old to drop it like it's hot. That's for the young girls. Nonsense. It's not about trying to get in touch with your inner stripper. It's about exercising. It's about staying fit. It's about staying young. Men, you're not going to play basketball and football and all these things to keep up with the young boys either. It's to keep up with you. It's ridiculous. Even in the NBA and all these things, I hear they retire these people at like 35. 35? So they're instilling that mindset of like, go sit down. How many of you had elders in your life who were absolutely fine while they were working, and as soon as they retire, all of a sudden they got all types of illness? Never been a person to be sick before. They show up for work every day. 60 years been working at the same place, showing up every day. They go to work and on time and doing great work, like employee of the month type thing. And then all of a sudden they go on retirement and the health start declining so fast because now they don't have a purpose for living. They're not doing anything. So their mind, it collapses on itself because there's nothing to think about. They're not doing anything. They don't have a reason to get up, and naturally when you're getting up and getting ready for work or school or whatever, you're moving your body. The body was made to move. So they kept their health up because with you naturally moving, all the all the mucus and your lymphatic nodes and your lymphatic system, sorry, is getting cleaned out. Your nervous system, your blood is going where it's supposed to go. Your oxygen is going where it's supposed to go. Everything is functioning because you're moving. You don't even realize. That's why going dancing is a natural form of exercise. You're exercising and don't even know you're exercising. Going swimming is a natural form of exercise. You're exercising and you don't even know that you're exercising. It's really good for your body. Playing the basketball and the football and all these things is great activities to keep you young and healthy, keep you functioning. And then we have to learn about nutrition because we have to know how to keep our body strong. These are the things that we should be thinking about. But instead, we go to doctor for fucking tablets and shit. Doctors that don't give a shit about our health. Doctors who probably have shares in the funeral business. So it's in their best interest to kill you off as soon as possible. Probably take your organs and let their friend have a funeral. They get money off of your casket and your whatnot and buying your plot and all these things. Y'all need to realize the system that we live in. They're not for us. They don't teach us how to be masters of self or of life because it's not in their best interest to do so. It's in their best interest to trick us and lie to us. So everything that we do, it benefits them. It keeps us down and benefits them. Pay attention. Always looking outside of ourselves, thinking somebody outside of ourselves is greater. God put greatness in each and every last one of us. Find yours. Work on it. In the meantime, do what you got to do to survive, because all the things that you do in the meantime, your side job and whatever, that on that journey, you're going to meet people that's going to help to fuel whatever you got going on. It's going to help your personal growth. As long as you're doing the right thing, God will always put the right people and the right circumstances on your path that's going to help with your personal development. So you can become the smartest you, the most responsible you. Because what kind of person sits at the head of a company? You can't be stupid sitting at the head of a company. You can't be irresponsible running a company. You're going to run the company to the ground. So our whole life's journey is to develop us so that we can have long-lasting relationships and long-lasting businesses and have healthy relationships with our children and with ourselves, with our health, with our environment, with our community, and with the international community by extension. We are focusing on the wrong things. We're focusing on competing with others. We care about how others see us. People put you up today and take you down same time. What's the point? You need to love you. You need to start with loving you. That's where your real power is at. Then you're going to know who the fuck to cut out. When you start loving you and it starts showing on the outside, then you're going to see all type of people want to come to you. All of them ain't for you. That's when it's good when you have your cards or whatever means that you use to talk to the Most High, to be like, Most High, what do I need to know about this person? You need to have your own means to check them. You know, you shouldn't have to go to somebody else to find out what's in your Akashic records. It's not necessary. You have access. We all have access to at least that entry level access. You have your own password to find out what is in your Akashic records. If somebody wants to be on your journey, you have a right to check them out if you feel it necessary. So you need to develop a way to communicate with the divine to find out these answers quick. This is like emailing God, text messaging God. Prayer is like snail mail. This is not a time for us to play. This is not the season for us to play about the people that we let in or let out of our lives. This is not the time to play about how we treat ourselves. This is not the time to play about how we see the world around us. If you intend to be a success, if you intend to live in long, if you intend to be healthy, if you intend to be forever young, we need to focus on the things that are going to give us the answers we need so we can manifest the things that we're after. Stop wasting your time with things that are not helping you to achieve the things that you actually want in this world, in this life. Focus. Focus. And solitude is not a bad thing. Try solitude. If not for a long time, try it for a little while. See what it feels like. Just stay away from people. Go into your own vibration. See what that's like. Just try it. Just try it. Start experimenting. If you're not sure about God's presence, just try as well. Talk to God. Tell God, yo, they say that you exist, but I'm not really sure if you exist. It'd be nice if you can kind of confirm your existence for me. And before you do that, let me tell you, God knows that we are imperfect. There's no need to run from God with all our sins. God already knows we're sinful. God didn't come here for the righteous. God came here for the sinners. If you're already doing what you're supposed to do and you're already a success, God didn't come here for you. God came here for the brokenhearted. That is God's mission. God's mission is the corrupt who don't want to be corrupted, but who choose to be corrupted because they think that that's the only way. Not everybody want to be corrupt. A lot of us are only behaving in this way, doing things that are bad for ourselves and people around us because that's what we've been taught to do. We haven't been taught anything else. God has come to deliver those people, to show them that there's another way. The way, the truth, the life. There's another option. The people who teach us these things, they teach us these things as though there is no other option. I am proof that there's another option. Because I don't sell my punani to nobody. I don't give it to nobody either. There are people that I wanted to give it to, but then it turns out that they're not worthy of it, so I keep my punani. I don't have to spend no money to be a success, like to no spiritual practitioner. I don't have to get involved in all that shit. God put the power inside of me. God gave me wisdom. And I use what God has put inside of me to build myself. And I was so great at it that outside influences tried to come down on like a ton of bricks on me, trying to stop me. Like, oh my God, she's too good. She's going to be too rich. She's doing too well. Fuck you. I'm a fucking goddess. Okay? Let me be great. I was working with dreadlocks since I was 15 years old. I deserve to be one of the top locticians in the world with 30 years experience. Like, duh, why would I be in the business so long if I'm not gonna be fucking incredible? The fuck? I earned my title. I earned my pay. My clients have never met another loctician like me before or after me. I am one of the best because I worked for it, my good fellow and my good lady. I did not steal anybody's gifts. I didn't steal anybody's light. I actually took time to understand my trade. And when I felt like it was time where I was no longer a trainee and I'm now a master, I started charging master prices. That's when it really started to come down on me like a ton of bricks. They're like, oh my God, she can't allow her to make that much money. But God held me up still. So walk your path. I'm saying all this to say, walk your path, come what may. God will provide for you. Make sure you're doing the right thing. That's it. Just make sure you're doing the right thing and God is going to provide all that you need. And stop looking at time. Time makes us haste. hasten things. Time makes us want to speed up because they taught us that we only get a certain amount of years and we only get a certain amount of young years. It's all lies. I'm 45 and I know I look better than a lot of 30-year-olds out there. I ain't asking you, I'm telling you. Only when I come close and you see my gray hairs, then you can you see my boobs? Only when I come close and you see my gray hairs do you know that I'm not a spring chicken. I'm a old fowl. I'm a proud old fowl because I look good. I look great. And I intend to be, I've never seen my fittest self yet. So I have plans to be more active in my later years than I had ever been in my former years. I haven't seen or met my best self yet. And I'm not just talking out to the side of my neck. I'm telling you, this is what life is. There are people around here that's walking among us that's like thousands of years old and you wouldn't know because they don't look it and they're not going to tell you because you're just going to say they're crazy. But know that what I'm telling you is true. We know life the way that we know it because people who are in charge of society today want to lie to us because it benefits them. What we need to know is what society is like according to how God wants us to know society, not how Babylon wants us to know society. We put too much trust in a Babylon, man, and Babylon can't be trusted. We already know this. So, what parts of our Babylonian teachings do we need to let go of? In school, they give us this thing called sexual education, where they teach you about the male and the male genitalia and the female genitalia. Yet these motherfuckers never teach us. You realize they never teach us how to wash our genitalia? They teach us about having sex. They teach us about diseases that we could get. They teach us about having babies, but they don't teach us the basics like, this thing has to stay with me. How do I clean it? What kind of food should I use to keep it as healthy as I can have it? If you're going to teach me sex ed, teach me sex ed. How you going to skip the basics? Cleaning myself. I have to figure that shit out myself. But you're going to teach me about having sex. Before I give it to somebody, it's with me. So how do I look after it while I got it? And so you teach me about sex. How about you teach me about celibacy? What can I expect when I practice celibacy? Or is that not an option? I had to figure that out myself because I chose celibacy over sex. Because I was just surrounded by unworthy men. I didn't choose celibacy because I don't want to have sex. I chose celibacy because I prefer not to have sex with losers. And that's how I ended up being celibate for so long, because I was trying to break it, but nobody fit the bill. So then I had to figure out, well, what's all these feelings I'm feeling and how do I take care of these feelings and all these things? I'm saying all this to say that our education, our programming is not, what's the word? We need to go over what we know. Everything that we know, everything that we've been taught. False spiritual, false spiritualists, false teachers. It's just scams. And the conclusion is the more self-reliant we are, is the less we make ourselves prone to being scammed. All that money you wasted with the Obia man and the Obia woman, you could have spent it on something else that would have bring you returns. Stop wasting money on your man and your woman. Stop wasting your years and your time hoping for something to happen when God has given you the power to make things that are in your best interest happen for you. You don't need nobody's help. And when you do need someone's help, it starts with you. But when you do need someone's help, God will provide that person. God will show you the direction to go in. The conclusion is rely more on yourself and do the right thing. Access your own Akashic records. You have the right to do so. You have the power to do so. And you can determine what method you want to use to do so. And God is going to support you as long as you're doing the right thing for the right reason. If you want to heal yourself and build yourself, that's definitely the right thing for the right reason. You're trying to take care of your business rather than try and bring somebody else's empire down. You're doing the right thing and you will be supported. And even if you get too great and they try and shut you down like they did me, just trust and know that God is going to provide. When they shut your door, God open windows. They can't stop you. As long as you're doing the right thing, you come under God's protection and they can't do fuck all to you. It don't matter how big or how many your enemy is. It don't matter how powerful your enemy is or how long they've been in the game. God has been in the game for longer than them. And as long as you're doing the right thing for the right reason, God will support you. Going to spiritualists and shit, the fucking thieves. That's why I tell y'all, God is right there waiting to bless us, and y'all be turning your face away from God to go to every fucking body else, and nobody else love you like God love you. Everybody want to use you and abuse you, but you go to them first. Stop going to them first. Try God. See how that work out for you. You got the power within you. God will empower you. You might become a spiritual practitioner helping people because you are trustworthy. You never know what journey God might put you on when you start seeking just to bless yourself. Because like I said, I bought my deck to read for myself. I didn't buy my first deck to read for other people. And now God got me reading for governments and corporations and secret societies. Far beyond my expectation, this took me. I'm infiltrating CIA files. They got me on their watch. Like, who the fuck is this girl? Suck your mama. Suck your mama. This girl is more powerful than you. That's who this girl is. This girl outrank you. That's who this girl is. So yeah, stop looking outside yourself for the power and find the power that God has put inside you. That is the lesson for today. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.